What if I told you that a man with only an 8th grade education, who gave psychic readings while in a self-induced sleep, recommended health remedies that are now being validated by modern science? He wasn't a doctor, he wasn't a scientist, but Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, gave over 14,000 recorded readings, more than half of which were medical. And what he suggested back in the 1920s and 30s sounded, at the time, like pure quackery. From castor oil packs to energy machines and even almond-based cancer prevention, this man, Edgar Cayce, may have known more about healing than we ever imagined. Today, some of those very recommendations are being rediscovered in integrative medicine, wellness clinics, and even scientific journals. Stick around, because what you're about to hear could change how you think about medicine, intuition, and the future of healing. What he said, why they were so controversial, and what modern science is now saying about them. In this video, we're diving into the man that may just change your life as we discuss Edgar Cayce and 10 of his most shocking health remedies. Edgar Cayce, born in 1877 in Kentucky, was a humble man with an 8th grade education. He worked as a photographer and Sunday school teacher, but became world famous for something truly extraordinary, giving psychic readings while in a self-induced trance. While unconscious, Cayce could answer incredibly complex questions. He'd lie down, enter a deep meditative state, and begin speaking in a calm, hypnotic tone. These sessions were recorded in detail by a stenographer. Over the course of his life, Cayce gave more than 14,000 documented readings. These readings fall into 4 main categories. The first category involved spiritual and life readings, which totaled approximately 1,900. These involved the soul's journey, reincarnation, karma, and soul contracts. He'd often explain a person's current struggles as tied to past life experiences. Then there were the dreams and interpretations. Cayce believed dreams were a communication from the subconscious and soul. He helped interpret symbolic dreams, offering life advice and warnings. Next up were predications related to earth changes and prophecy. Cayce gave predictions about global events, like pole shifts, rising seas, political upheavals, and the return of Atlantis. These are among his most controversial readings, with mixed accuracy and highly symbolic language. And finally, there were Cayce's medical readings. With over 9,000 documented cases, they are by far the most numerous. Cayce diagnosed physical ailments, often remotely, and recommended holistic treatments, like diet changes, castor oil packs, or electrotherapy devices. It is estimated that his level of accuracy for these readings ranged from 70% to 85%. This is based on documented evidence from the Association for Research and Enlightenment, and follow-up letters from patients and doctors. Despite his lack of formal education, many physicians, researchers, and even skeptics were astounded by Cayce's medical accuracy. He would name body systems, recommend precise herbs or therapies, and explain underlying causes of illness long before science caught up. It's in this medical domain that Cayce's influence has endured the longest, and it's where we begin our deeper dive into 10 of his strangest remedies, and what science now says about them. Number 1. Castor oil packs. Cayce recommended castor oil packs, cloth soaked in warm castor oil, placed over the abdomen with a heat source, for everything from constipation to liver congestion, menstrual issues, and joint pain. At the time, castor oil was known only as a harsh laxative, but Cayce claimed it helped stimulate the lymphatic system and reduce inflammation. Today, studies have confirmed that castor oil contains ricinoleic acid, which has anti-inflammatory properties. Practitioners of holistic medicine now use these packs for detoxification, improved lymphatic drainage, and even fertility support. Number 2. The apple detox. Cayce recommended a 3-day apple diet, eating nothing but raw apples and drinking plenty of water, followed by a small dose of olive oil. He said this helped cleanse the body, especially the liver and intestines. To 1930s doctors, it sounded absurd. In today's world, this resembles intermittent fasting combined with a liver flush. Apples are rich in malic acid and pectin, both of which support digestion and detox. The olive oil flush is similar to what's now known as a gallbladder cleanse. Critics remain skeptical, but it's popular in the wellness community. Number 3. Iodine supplementation, etomidine. Casey repeatedly stressed the importance of iodine in a form he called atomidine for balancing the endocrine glands, especially the thyroid. In his time, iodine deficiency wasn't widely understood. He connected low iodine to depression, weight gain, and sluggish energy. Today, iodine is known to be critical for thyroid function and overall metabolism. It's especially important for people in iodine-deficient regions. However, too much can be harmful and should only be used with caution. Number 4. Charred oak keg therapy. This one's wild. Casey recommended placing heated pine oil in a charred oak keg and breathing in the vapors to treat respiratory illnesses like bronchitis or sinusitis. While this might sound strange, the concept of steam inhalation with essential oils is now widely accepted. Pine oil has antimicrobial and decongestant properties, and steam inhalation is a staple of natural respiratory therapy. Number 5. Peanut oil for arthritis. Peanut oil was Casey's go-to for massage therapy, especially for arthritis and stiff joints. He believed the oil had warming and penetrating effects that soothed inflammation and improved circulation. While peanut oil isn't a mainstream arthritis remedy today, it is rich in vitamin E and oleic acid, both with anti-inflammatory effects. It's still used in some Ayurvedic and massage practices. Number 6. Diet and mental health. Casey warned that poor diet could lead to depression, anxiety, and even psychotic symptoms. He urged patients to avoid fried foods, processed meats, especially pork, and sugar. He recommended alkaline-forming foods like leafy greens and fresh fruits. In the 1930s, the idea that food affected mood or mental health was considered ridiculous. Fast forward to today, this is exactly what nutritionists and psychiatrists are saying. The gut-brain axis, microbiome health, and inflammation are now seen as key players in mental wellness. Casey was, once again, way ahead of his time. Number 7. Violet ray machine. This device produced a mild electrical current and was recommended by Casey for skin conditions, joint pain, and even hormonal imbalances. He believed the body responded positively to certain energy frequencies. The violet ray is considered a precursor to today's electromagnetic therapy and even red light therapy. While not all of Casey's claims have been validated, energy medicine is gaining credibility in pain management and cell repair. Number 8. Colon cleansing and food combining. Casey emphasized the importance of regular colon cleansing through enemas and specific food combinations for digestion, like not mixing proteins and starches in the same meal. While colon cleansing is controversial and often discouraged by mainstream doctors, many integrative practitioners still recommend it for detox purposes. Food combining has less scientific backing, but can improve digestion for some people. Number 9. Glycothymoline nasal rinse. Casey prescribed glycothymoline, a mouthwash, as a nasal rinse for sinus infections and congestion. Nasal irrigation is now standard. Think neti pots and saline sprays. Glycothymoline itself has antiseptic properties. The concept of maintaining sinus hygiene is now well established. Number 10. Almonds to prevent cancer. Casey famously said, "If an individual would eat 2 to 3 almonds each day, the body would never have cancer." This claim was radical, and is still unproven, but interesting. Almonds contain antioxidants, vitamin E, and healthy fats. Some compounds, like amygdalin, have been researched for potential anti-cancer properties, though it's still a highly debated topic. Still, almonds are universally seen as a health food today. Back in Casey's time, mainstream medicine dismissed anything outside of surgery or pharmaceuticals. The idea of the body as an energetic system, the gut influencing the brain, or oil compresses affecting the liver? Laughable. But now we live in an age where functional medicine, energy healing, and nutritional psychiatry are on the rise. While some of Casey's remedies remain controversial, others have stood the test of time, or were simply ahead of it. So what does this all mean? Was Edgar Cayce divinely inspired, psychically gifted, just incredibly intuitive? Have you tried any of these remedies? Do you think Cayce was channeling higher knowledge, or just tapping into something we still don't understand? That's up to you to decide. But what's undeniable is this. Many of his so-called unscientific ideas now form the basis of how we approach health holistically today.